There's still a few achievements I haven't got. No idea what that one would be. This is an achievement. Looks like it. Play the Stanley Parable for entire duration of a Tuesday. Okay. Complete the Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes 22 seconds. Not including load times. Go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. It'll happen. Beat the game. Complete the Stanley Parable. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Oh, how rude.
This is the story of a man. How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
I think there was still more in the museum.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth.
I'm going to hit it as soon as he gives me the number.
And so the boss had
There we go.
And Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story
Oh.
as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety...
I saw it in the subtitles what the number was.
For a few moments, with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Nope.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I don't know why it loads in with me looking down here.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly. And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What
Only because the
exactly
game
did
keeps crashing on
think
me.
he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
So that way, for some reason, it doesn't like it. I've been this way. I haven't been further up here. Different versions of the office. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Those two don't look that different. The light's not as bright in there, and there's a photo on the wall of that one. Other than that, it's essentially the same. Early version of Countdown Room. Yep, I've gone through the whole place. That I can anyway. Yep, it has exit written above the roof, so...
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Should I turn it off?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push
Can I?
escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose
So you're wanting me to say quit to menu.
for you. Don't let time
And there I go. Splat. Game. It's not crashed, but it's also not doing anything. I guess we need to do that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why am I having to start the inputs again? It was counting up. Is it because the game crashed?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Not really.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This time I'll follow you.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I don't think I will, though. I will go this way.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Well, I guess I have to go left.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Rude.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on?
One of those two?
Please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Going down. Oh!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
104's been fired.
Story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
601's been fired. Oh.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait. What? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere, or...
I don't believe I touched anything.
Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I found something. Inner guilt. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
Yeah.
It's got to be better than this. Okay,
does it?
Let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, just as I get back to the first room again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering.
No doors now.
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Did we miss anything? Let's try the doors. That showed a door open over that way. I went a bit far, I think.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
It's changed. Now I'm just going in circles.
No, wait.
What?
Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Whoa.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
I like
I
it.
don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You
Horror
win.
game?
Congratulations!
I don't want to win
I
yet.
know you put in a lot of hard
I want a
work,
horror
and
game.
it really paid off. So,
This looks like
good
horror.
job. Oh no, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh.
Right, I've got a
Adventure
solution.
line.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Oh, they don't let me play. $4B7? No, 4B6? What? What if I go forward here?
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. So they don't even give me the doors back there. Okay. Following the line.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
I want to go down.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa.
Now I want to go up.
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Whoa, line's getting a bit drunk. What the? Huh. Strange. Which way should I go? Follow it this way? Or follow it that way? I'll go this way. Nah. I want to go the other way. Oh. Now it's only showing me this way. Strange.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Will it? How?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
I
You won't
can't
want
be
to miss
bothered.
anything.
It's a nice looking fern, but I can't be bothered.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
Looks
Lion,
like it.
You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Yay, we're in this room. This is the door that was open before. I want the music back now. It's too quiet. And we're back here.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay. What's this way?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be
With
anything.
an empty
What do
path.
you want our story to be? Go wild. Use
I
your
think I'm going
imagination.
in a circle.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again.
Heh.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
It is a bit drunk, so... And bye-bye. It's gone.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Do
From
we?
Here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
But
Come,
what if the
Stanley,
door on the left's
our
the correct
destiny
one?
awaits.
Before you wanted me to go through the one on the left. Now you're telling me the one on the right. Goes to the same room anyway.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Confusion ending.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all...
That might be counting from when the game last
so now,
crashed.
according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
Oh, is that the time
Something
I've been
happened.
playing this one ending?
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Hopefully they don't
Well,
just
in the
reset it.
meantime, if you do happen to have a...
Whoa. I think he just reset the game. Damn. I wanted to read that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay, it looks like it did just
Wow, yes.
end
this
that
room.
ending.
But
That
eager
was
to
the
get
actual
back to
end for it.
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I did go through the opposite door. They won't let me go back.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to it. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I have done the
Coming
broom
to a
closet.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, we can come in here this time. Money in the morning, money in the evening. Money for breakfast, money! Crisp. Sounds good to me. Oh. An elevator. Indoors monthly, and there's a picture of outdoors on the cover. Makes total sense. Will this take me anywhere? some nice relaxing elevator music. I guess it doesn't take me anywhere.